My name is Cornel Rasanga Amoth. I served in Siaya for 10 years. I was the first governor of Siaya, and I have a track record of working there. I was elected 3 times, voted in 3 times, and the relationship that I had with my voters is well in record. I intend to return, and my return will be to start where more or less we left, and emphasize on what the current governor has reached, so that we do all these things in the name of development for the people. That is why I declared recently that I would like to vie in the year 2027 as Siaya senator, and I expect therefore to do the roles of a senator, which are well known to everybody, one of which is oversight. I want to make it watertight, so that the devolved funds are used for the purposes for which they are intended. And this you can only do when we have a synergy between the governor, whereas we are respecting the rule of law and separation of powers, so that we do everything right according to the Constitution and according to the County Government Act.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. I understand very well that the senators are not allocated any funds to do development in the counties. Should you clinch this seat, how are you going to ensure that there is fair distribution of resources across all the sub-counties in Siaya County?
That is why I said that there has to be some synergy, so that the whatever amount, first of all, you must know that the allocation that is brought to the counties, as far as I'm concerned, is very small.
Yeah.
That proportion is supposed to be increased. So my first fight is to increase the fold, so that the funds that are supposed to be coming to the county are increased. I am told today that it is supposed to be 450. It should be beyond that, because, as you are aware, the population of Kenya, the greatest population of Kenya reside in the rural areas, and that is where the counties are, and that is where the development is supposed to go. Nairobi had developed, isn't it? Yeah. So most of the funds should be going down there. So I'll fight, number one, for the kitty to grow bigger. Number two, for the allocation of the said funds that have been devolved to all sub-counties more or less in a uniform manner, so that there is equity in the distribution of that fund to the counties. Yeah.
Okay. There are some projects that you started while you were a governor. Up to now, some of those projects are not working. What are you going to do to ensure that these developments are implemented?
It is difficult. It is a very bad thing to hear that some money was spent on certain projects, and then they were abandoned by the proceeding administration. The main issue is, you see, like Siaya is ODM zone, has been ODM zone. When a governor is elected, it's governor from ODM. ODM has got its manifesto. So it is not good to hear that some projects that came about as a result of public participation, right, are abandoned. Because when they go to waste, that is a waste of public funds. And that is not very good for the country. I expect, therefore, that that area we must address. Not only in Siaya, it must be addressed wholly in the country. So that, I remember when Kibaki came to power, I was then working in Treasury. And more or less, we were instructed no new projects were supposed to be initiated. No new projects. And there was, for almost 1 year, when there were no new projects, we were dealing with the previous projects. And even there were no pending bills then. Today, we have a lot of pending bills simply because new projects come, the old projects are abandoned, and so on and so forth. Yeah.
What is your relationship with ODM, and do you think there is a rift in ODM as you speak?
ODM is having its problems because you remember when Raila Odinga, who was the party leader, died, the transition has not been very smooth, but I believe with time things will shape up. But for the time being, there are ups and downs which are being experienced by the party. But we hope that those factions that are there will, one of these one days, sit and agree on the way forward. Yeah.
Okay. The current ODM party leader said he's going to run again for the senatorial seat, defend the seat. You are also going to do the same. All of you are eyeing for the ODM ticket.
Yes, Oburu Odinga is a friend of mine. Oburu Odinga is my cousin. We are very good friends. We shall sit and agree. If we don't agree, we subject it to the people so that the people will decide whether Oburu continues or whether they select me. If they select me, I will make sure Oburu is not starved, plus his people. When they select Oburu should make sure that me plus my people, we don't starve. As simple as that.
What can you say about the county bursaries? Most students think they should be receiving these bursaries, but we don't know what the law states. As a former governor, maybe you tell us.
Yeah, the law states that bursary is supposed to, education that is devolved, whenever funds come from the consolidated fund, there are funds meant only for functions that have been devolved. Education was not devolved. The only part of education that was devolved was ECD. And so the money that is set aside for bursary for secondary and tertiary education is not right. And the auditor has pronounced himself on that. And so that money, the little money that is there, before I left the office, we were thinking of trying to convert this money so that instead it goes to polytechnics, the sponsorship of students in polytechnics. But because of the demand for education in the entire county and the poverty levels that are there, we were forced to continue with it. And I believe that is the reason why the current administration is still continuing with it. I advocate for the national government to more or less put all bursary funds together. Let them put all the bursary funds together and make education free. That would be the right thing. Second thing, education was not devolved. And to me, if you look at even the structures in secondary school, they are built by the communities. They were not built by the government. Why should the government be arrogate itself to what they never built? Now that they are even banning the dormitories and all that, it is the communities that will replace those schools. And so to me, there should be a way of devolving education to the counties.
Should you clinch this seat, what will you have for the youths of this country?
First and foremost, I have recognized that in Public Procurement Act, there is a provision which says that 30% of procurement budget is reserved for the youth, people with disability, and women. Whereas when you look in greater detail whether that money that is reserved for the youth goes to the youth, it is most of it is the youth are not informed. So the first thing is to inform the youth that that money is supposed to be for them, so that they are mobilized to make sure that they participate in the public procurement tenders that are being done. Two, because it is 30%, I would really profess so that we increase, it is increased to more or less 45 or 50%, given the demographics that the youths are the majority in the country, so that it will be a buffer between self-employment and being employed by other people, so that when the youth get this government tenders, they will be empowered. Yes.
Okay. Are we in the right direction as a Luo community? Because we understand that the current president has given us some slots, the treasury, the energy, and so on and so forth. Is this going to take us into the right direction? And is it a good opportunity for us to develop as Luo?
You see, the constitution is very clear on what the government, the president is supposed to do when constituting his cabinet. The cabinet, whenever somebody is appointed there, it is not for the community. It is supposed to be to serve all the country. So when we are in Nyanza thinking that we shall be assisted because some people are selected to be ministers, that is just something that is neither here nor there. The country should go by the constitution, so that when you are appointed to serve as a minister, serve the entire country the way it is supposed to be served. Yes.
Any last word for the people of Siaya County and Alego?
I'm just alerting them that I am on my way coming, and I will be coming in full force, mightily, so that I meet all the voters that had voted for me previously, all my supporters. I know wherever they are encouraging me not to look back, and I'm also encouraging them that I will be coming, so that we put our act together and vote and see who wins, and may the best win. Yeah.
There we go. Thank you very much, viewer, wherever you are. I was with the first governor of Siaya County, Honorable Amoth Rasanga. I was your host, Alexander Omondi. Until next time, thank you and may God bless you.
Can you be